defend 2023 football, lacrosse, and men's swimming and diving titles. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
Also has an athletic program with 20 national championships, including
it's
the
ESPN 106.3, your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Dolphins, Miami Hurricanes, and all of the biggest football matchups throughout the week. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Consider that gambling. Call 188-ADMIT. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit SignoramawPB.com.
College basketball is coming to Sunrise. Catch a thrilling doubleheader at the 2024 AutoNation Orange Bowl Basketball Classic. Be there at Amerant Bank Arena on Saturday, December 14th as the UCF Knights take on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane and the Florida State Seminoles battle the Tulane Green Wave. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. Bring the whole family for a pregame party on the plaza. 1 ticket, 2 college basketball matchups. Tickets start at just $20. Get yours now at orangebowl.org.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We're back here at the Boca Raton, the lovely Boca Raton Golf Club as we... People, so good to be with you here. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We are theoretically speaking, and that right there was a pump fake. It's C-Cat right here with me. We are at the lovely Boca Raton Golf Club, and it's because we have the Boca Bowl outing right here as we lead up to the Boca Raton Bowl, which is, of course, the greatest annual outdoor party, Wednesday, December 18th. Of course, we have our lead-in event, so our friends, our teammates, a lot of our partners out there knocking balls around while you and I, C-Cat, we get to sit here and discuss why Major League Baseball has gone soft. They're letting the inmates run the prison, and somehow, some way, those dorks of fans who are yanking on the arms of Mookie Betts during Game 4 of the World Series are only banned for 1 game. They should be banned for life, C-Cat.
Yeah, you are delusional. You're detached from what it's like to be a fan. You're detached from the common man, the Jimmy and Joe, that put all of their savings into tickets to the World Series because maybe, just maybe, they can impact the game. If not with their words, if not with their voices, if not with their support, if not with their boos, but with their right and left hands by spending $7,000 on a ticket that puts you on the field. If the call to action is a borderline ball that's hit right on the wall, if it's 1 inch to the left, it's your territory. 1 inch to the right, it's Mookie Betts' territory.
Hold on a second.
They took that chance.
What if the ball is in the glove of Mookie Betts? Whose territory is it then?
If his glove is in the crowd and the ball is hitting the crowd, hey, it's fair game. It's Lord of the Flies. Whosever territory it is, they can do whatever they want. It's Mookie's fault for going in the crowd. He knows it.
This is going to be a fun day, not just because of the golfing and because of the enjoyment that is the Boca Bowl outing up every single time, but C-Cat's out here defending these thugs, these violent fans who tried to pry open the hands of a $365 million man in Mookie Betts to take away a baseball. I'm glad they're banned for today's game, and I'm hopeful Major League Baseball steps in and does the right thing, and these two clowns who decided it's your role as a fan is a spectator. It's not to be on the field playing. It's not to be impacting the game with your role is a spectator. There's a reason why there's a rule called fan interference. They went over the line. They should be penalized a little heavier than that because of it's a copycat league. And we saw it in college football. We're likely going to see it in Major League Baseball going forward because I guess they've gone soft. They've gone soft. They were hard in the steroid era. You guys aren't getting in the Hall of Fame. You guys can't. Your records don't matter. This is cheating the game. But then when a couple of guys assault one of the greatest athletes Major League Baseball has ever had in Mookie Betts.
Assault. You're a baby.
Assault.
You're a baby.
It's assault.
It's
assault.
gosh.
It's assault. And that's how we're kicking things off here on Theoretically Speaking. Those two fans, I'm not even going to say their name. I won't even give them more of a platform than they already have because they're everywhere. They're everywhere now. They've earned it. While they might have inspired the rest of Yankee Stadium to cheer on the guys in the pinstripes to get their first win in the World Series, they should never be let allowed into a Major League Baseball ballpark while there are athletes on the field, in game, in action ever again. C-Cat obviously disagrees here. Let's open it up early, C-Cat. We'll open it up early as we continue our conversation. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. How harshly should Major League Baseball have punished those two fans at Game 4 of the World Series last night that as Mookie Betts was catching a foul ball that was popped to right field, Torres put it right there. It was they called it an out, right?
Yes,
they called it an out because of the fan interference, but Mookie Betts caught it over the wall, and while one fan held Mookie up in the air by his arm, the other one pried his baseball glove open, took the ball out, and thankfully at least the umps, they were able to make the right decision on the field. I think Major League Baseball has gone soft by not penalizing them harder. How harshly should they have been penalized? I say they should be banned for life. C-Cat would like them to throw the first pitch tonight at Yankee Stadium. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline as we're on the road at the beautiful Boca Raton. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, they have a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit BaptistHealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. They have offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County, right on through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting BaptistHealth.net/ortho. C-Cat, why do you feel so strongly that these fans were in the right? Is it because it was in favor of your team? Is it because it was the Dodgers outfielder and not your beloved Aaron Judge?
They shouldn't get special treatment because it's a big game. They shouldn't get special treatment because they are a hated fan base among every other team in baseball. They should have been banned from the game that they were banned in. They spend that much money, 4 digits. They risked all of that, and they missed that game. First World Series the Yankees have won in 15 years. They missed the rest of that game. 9 innings of baseball. And you know what it did? It turned the Yankees World Series around. That was their punishment. That was their punishment.
How's that
being kicked out of the game?
They literally
like every other fan who interferes, like the fan that we saw in L.A. who reached over and grabbed a Gleyber Torres double, could have been home run.
Yeah.
He grabbed it. He got punished. He got taken out of the game.
He grabbed the ball. He didn't grab the player. You're not allowed to do that. You're just in regular society, out in the streets, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that at your place of occupation, and you're especially not allowed to do that as a spectator in an arena where you're paying, yes, maybe thousands of dollars, but those players are getting paid millions of dollars to be the one that are actively using their hands to impact the game. You can inspire, but do it with your voice.
You know what? This is what it sounds like. This is ivory tower media guy who forgets what it's like to spend money on tickets like that, because the big games Theo gets credentialed to.
Yeah.
Theo gets his name on his badge. Theo gets to sit courtside.
Nice.
Because Theo Dorfey's got the big name behind him. You're either in the press box or you're courtside. These are the life and blood Yankees fans. These aren't rich people that are sitting behind home plate in the legends.
Yeah.
No, they bought nice tickets along the side, and they wanted to impact the game. It was a borderline call. They went a little bit too hard in it. But I would like to see.
Is that borderline?
Yes, if the ball was 1 foot to the left in the crowd, then it's fair game.
Yeah, but he caught the ball already. Once he's caught the baseball, I can see. Now, I'm
the
okay
man of the
with
arena. If you were in this situation, you know how you'd react. You don't know.
How do you know that?
If you were rooting for a team, you root as hard as you do for a baseball team as you do the Chiefs.
I'm a respectful human being. If there was a way I could impact a game from the sideline and it was just me catching the ball before he gets it, that's cool. Mookie caught the ball. That's what you're trying to overlook right now. Mookie caught the baseball. He beat them out to it. Wonder why? Because he's a multi-million-dollar athlete who's paid to do that.
They did the crime, and they already served the crime that has been the precedence in Major League Baseball. You get suspended or you get kicked. Yes, it is. I'm sure they would love to have watched Anthony Volpe hit a grand slam. They would love to have seen the Yankees win World Series Game 4. That's the punishment. And they had tickets. I'm happy they got refunded. Major League Baseball asked the Yankees, please don't let them in the building for Game 5. The Yankees did respond. They did oblige. So that's done and over with. It shouldn't have been done that way. No. They should be allowed in the building. They bought the ticket. Maybe, you know what, half measure? They should be allowed in the building, but not sit on the wall, kept away from the players. How about that? Just a little timeout.
How do you know they won't jump over a person and jump onto the field to impact the game next time to get more headlines? Y'all are rewarding them. You're crediting them for the momentum that the Yankees had last night instead of the athletes.
Some reward being kicked out of the game and missing that. Spending a lot of money on those tickets, and now not only do you miss Game 4, but you're now penalized for your seats in Game 5. They should be allowed in the building, no doubt about that.
There's a reason why they're talking to reporters. There's a reason why they are actively making sure their name is in the headlines and willingly doing these stories. They want the spotlight right now. They're leaning in on it.
Yeah, you didn't want to name them. Sorry, I'm going rogue. Their name is Austin Capobianco and Darren Capobianco, and I'll repeat those names.
That's all it was.
Well, yeah, I tried to get them on the show. I tried to get them on the show today because I wanted to join their conversation. I wanted to walk through their night, and they're going to be treated like kings.
They are.
We are not even talking about the baseball game.
That's their reward. But here's the thing. Everything comes with something. You can't have it all. You got your Yankees victory. You're getting praised. Now people are asking for your autographs. They would trade that in for sitting through those next 8 innings for that one Yankee win, and you know they would. Stop acting like that. They are now a folk hero. If the Yankees turn around and become the first team to ever come back from a 3-0 deficit in the World Series, they're going to be a part of that story, a big part of it, because people like you are going to credit them for the momentum swing.
I mean, and they should. Yankees were trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. All of a sudden, the momentum switched. Oh, I love Capobiancos, man. Bro. You guys have a place to stay if you ever come to West Palm Beach. Yeah. My apartment's not that big, but you are welcome anytime you want. Dinner's on me, drinks on me. Even if the Yankees don't come back and win the World Series like I predict they will, you guys have got it made in West Palm Beach.
I got a place for y'all, too. It's they got a nice jailhouse down there for other people that commit assaults. For other people that get too handsy with strangers who don't know you. There's a nice place for you as well, and maybe we should get the law enforcement involved next time for that. How about that, C-Cat? We got somebody on the line. 888-760-3776. Appreciate you, Damien. 888-760-3776. Should these fans mistake them for players just now because they tried to get involved in the outcome of the game and they crossed the line? Should they be banned for life? Like I do believe they should, which, honestly, the rewards and everything they're getting around it, I'm sure a lot of fans would take that. Should they be banned for life? 888-760-3776. We got Dame in West Palm. Dame, you're on Theoretically Speaking.
I think it's Dan.
Dan?
Dan,
you're on Theoretically Speaking. Apologize for getting your name wrong, but what was your thought on the fans getting too handsy with Mookie Betts last night?
Oh, no, it's all good, man. No, I thought – so, out of human respect, you never put your hands on anyone, right? But on the other hand, being a diehard fan of a team, I'm not a diehard baseball fan, but being a diehard fan of a team, if I had the opportunity to sway my team's momentum and possibly win the game, I would definitely do it.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, all right. So Dan, let me pump the brakes right there right quick. Hold on, Dan. So I'm okay with that. I will say, cool. You're willing to do it. Are you also willing to suffer the consequences that come with that action? Because there's positive, right? There's the lore that you fall into for being the super fan that caused the momentum wave. But also, I do think there should be negative reaction to it as well. You're banned from all other sporting events. Are you cool with that, Dan?
Yeah, so if I could have my team win a Super Bowl, I'd be okay with not going to any other game for the rest of my life. Because some people live a whole lifetime, actually, and never watch one single championship, whether it be the World Series or the Super Bowl or anything, you know? Some people live their whole life and never see one.
You get it, Dan. You're a good man.
Dan, what teams do you root for?
So if I'm a Bucs fan, if my team was playing the Saints, right? If it was Bucs versus Saints and Drew Brees was throwing a pass, and I could go and deflect that pass, run on the field and deflect it, even if I could go, say, hit Chris Olave and break the ball out of his hand on a catch, I would do it.
Exactly. Arena football. You've seen those collisions.
But say that was to win me a Super Bowl, I'm all in. Even if my arm broke, I'd be okay with it.
That is perfect. I appreciate the call, Dan. Dan is right, and that's all I mean, C-Cat. I'm okay with the action. I'm okay with you doing that because at the end of the day, you took a risk. All I'm saying is you should be rightfully penalized for it because you don't want copycats. Imagine if in the Bears-Commanders game, as Jaden Daniels was running around scrambling for his life before he threw the ball up, 12 seconds in the pocket there before he threw that Hail Mary to Noah Brown to win it. Imagine if a Bears fan was able to get over the wall, get out there, and because Tyreek Stevenson was too busy heckling fans, knock the ball down.
But you're talking about, I don't know, maybe 100 feet where that fan has to cross from his zone to the player's zone.
So it's a different sport. So it's
in
harder
baseball,
to be able to
it
impact
is 1 inch.
Yeah.
It is either in play or it's out of play.
Okay.
That ball was barely in play. So the fan thought he had rights to it. You saw the argument. It was over the line. It was over the line. That's what he thought.
It was over the line. But once it's in his glove, you're not allowed to hold him up by his hand and pry it out of his glove. That is literally like outside of the realm of what you're saying. It's not even the same ballpark. That's over the line.
These Yankees fans will be treated as martyrs.
Yeah.
They'll be treated like biblical figures in Yankees history.
Perfect. You said the perfect word. They're martyrs. But here's the problem. Everybody wants to be a martyr. Nobody wants to die, right? To be a martyr, you got to die. You got to die for that cause. Colin Kaepernick was a martyr for his cause. Guess what? His football career died. You can't have it all. Right? We can't have everything comes with something. These fans should be banned from baseball for life. Let them be Yankee fan martyrs, celebrate them, but also they have to suffer the repercussions. We saw it in college football. We talked about this. When Texas played Georgia and there was the failed defensive pass interference call on that play, and fans started chunking water bottles onto the field, which gave the referees enough time to overturn the call that they had, what happened? Like everybody celebrated the crowd that got involved. Everybody celebrated the fan interaction that impacted the game in a positive way, though we all agree across the line. You can't chunk items into the field. Just a week later, Nebraska-Ohio State, a call that the Ohio State fans didn't like with a targeting. What do they start doing? Throwing bottles onto the field. The more that we empower and enable fans to feel like they can go beyond the realm of spectator, the more dangerous it gets for the actual athletes on the field.
So you think Major League Baseball and or the Yankees need to make an example out of these two guys because the most extreme of these interactions that we've seen, and we can't have copycat behavior?
Yes, absolutely. Ban them from Major League Baseball events going forward. Now, I'm not going to control how you do the ban. If you want to ban them publicly and then behind closed doors say, hey, y'all can go, but don't make a public spectacle of it, I'm cool with that too. But people need to know that there's consequences for your actions. On the way here to the Boca Raton for our golf outing and for this show, I saw a guy run a red light, clearly, right? Like ran a red light right there off of Meisner, right by Meisner Park. No harm, no foul. He didn't hit anybody. He got through. I'm sure he got to his place 10 seconds earlier than he would have. But there's a reason why we penalize running red lights in such a harsh way. It's because he could have ran that red light, hit and killed somebody. He could have ran a red light and totaled a car or hurt himself.
But you're acting as if these guys stayed at the game last night. They got penalized. They got kicked out of the game.
It's not enough.
They missed a once-in-a-life opportunity to see a Yankees World Series game win.
It's not enough.
Says who?
It's not enough.
Where's the precedence?
I'm telling you it's not enough because, again, we saw it with – I think Texas got fined like $100,000 or so, and it wasn't enough for the Ohio State fans to follow suit.
What did you want to happen in that scenario where the Texas fans just litter the field with water bottles and stuff?
I'm cool with that. I said you can't do that as fans. They did it. It got us to the right call, right? The outcome that they desired happened. Congratulations. But we can't encourage these kind of behaviors because it's only going to inspire more to do it. So, again.
So what did you want to happen? If that penalty wasn't enough, just like you think this Yankees fans being kicked out of the game, missed the entire last night's game, you thought that was also not enough, and you rightfully got what you wanted. They're banned from tonight's game. What is the alternative consequence you would have levied against Texas fans?
Maybe fans that threw the bottles into the field. Honestly, there's barely anything you can do with something like that because there's so many of them, and they technically aren't part of the school. That's why the SEC, I believe, or the NCAA fined the school because they're like, hey, keep your fans in check. We can't do all of that by ourselves. You have to figure that out. I'm sure Ohio State likely got a fine as well for it. But that's a broader question because that's a whole different situation. These are two guys specifically who told us that they premeditated pulling on Mookie Betts as well. So it's a more targeted thing. It's an easier to handle thing, I think, if you're Major League Baseball, and the solution is right in front of your face. If you don't know how to act as a spectator, we're going to take that privilege away from you. You don't get to purchasing the tickets gets you the price of admission to get in there, but Major League Baseball doesn't owe them the chance to go to a game again, especially after they disrespected, again, a high-priced athlete in their sport. Mookie Betts is not the type to be antagonistic. He was extra chill about it in the locker room. He's more focused on winning the World Series than he is getting any kind of retribution to these fans. But don't act like you don't think he felt disrespected by that guy grabbing on his arm and prying his glove open.
It's a Bronx Zoo.
You don't get to grab me. You don't get to touch me.
Home field advantage.
Home field advantage?
Yes, it is. You stay in the field of play. You venture outside of the field of play, things will happen.
That's absolutely not how it works. This is absolutely not how it works.
But you're not going to the extremes that I heard all day today on ESPN radio. We're talking Chris Carlin said that they should spend a night in jail. Come on,
that's
Chris.
crazy. Yeah.
Get over yourself, dude. You were watching football games. You know the people were talking about. No, you're not sending these guys to jail because they got a little too rowdy when Mookie Betts came in. And also shouldn't change the penalty based on who the Dodger that went in the crowd was. If it was a no-name guy that got interfered with, that shouldn't change the fact that it's a star player like Mookie Betts.
Right,
come on, get over yourself as well. These are both human beings. You should judge it the same way. And I will love you forever. The Capobianco brothers, Darren and Austin. Capobianco, check your DMs. I want you guys to join the show. Of course, maybe if you're an ESPN West Palm fan, I would love to have you on Theoretically Speaking to talk you through your nights. They're going to be making celebrity appearances. They're going to be pretty much the Hawk Tua girl of New York City. If the Yankees win this series, they got Garrett Cole on the bump tonight. Go back to L.A. 3-2. Got to win 2 in a row. Momentum swung. I am buzzing because that was the Dave Roberts steal moment. That's what people are saying, namely me. Think about back to 2004. The only time in Major League Baseball in the playoffs that a team came from behind, a 3-0 series deficit was Red Sox-Yankees. 9th inning at Fenway, Dave Roberts steals second base. That was the inciting incident that lit the flame, and all of a sudden the Red Sox come back. How about this? Game 4, Yankee Stadium. Italian Yankee fans rip the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove. They get kicked out, lights a fire under the Yankees. They win Game 4. They're going to win Game 5, and we can all thank those martyrs, those guys that really sacrificed a lot for the Yankees fan base, and they will never have to buy a beer in the borough of the Bronx ever again.
They also won't be allowed to buy tickets for Major League Baseball events ever again if I have anything to do with it, which I don't. So I think they'll be okay. I think they'll absolutely be okay.
Not if I have, say.
Yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, that's all I can do from this seat. I'm telling you what should happen. But, Major League Baseball is the reason why they've trickled down from America's pastime to like third, soon to be fourth on the rung of professional sports in America that people actually watch attentively and care about. And that's a burn for y'all. Be better. Stop letting the inmates run the prison. I will say this, C-Cat. I'm happy for your Yankees, at least, because they got the win. I know you were at Game 3. You would have loved to have been at the game that they got a victory in. But either way, y'all have a chance at history now. Just do it. Just go ahead. What's your prediction for tonight? I was going to wait till the end of the show, but what's your prediction? You got Garrett Cole on the bump. You're feeling positive because of the momentum in your direction. What was the final score? 11-4?
Yeah. I think 11-4, 11-5.
Yeah.
You got out of hand at the end there. Austin Wells, bat flip home run, swagger.
You got a little Judge appearance.
Hey, he had a base hit and an RBI. How about that? Maybe that kick starts his offense. It only takes one of them. Final score tonight. I'm not going to predict the Yankees lose. I just won't do that. It goes against my religion. Yeah. I think the Yankees will win this game 3-1. Garrett Cole gives up a first-inning solo home run and then buckles down there, gives the Yankees 7 strong innings. Yankees win 3-1. Maybe a 2-run home run by Jazz Chisholm, who's been really non-existent in this series, and a sacrifice fly from Aaron Judge.
I love it. A little Chisholm action there, too. I love it. I might have to hop on Prize Picks and get in on some of those mores on the player projections for you name there. The Yankees, I will say, down 3-1, they have a better chance at winning the World Series than the Miami Dolphins do of getting back into the playoff race and actually making the postseason this year. They've dropped to 2-5 over the weekend after falling to the Cardinals on that game-winning field goal as time expired, 28-27. Out of 248 teams, CCAT, since 1968 that have started 2-5, only 11 have made the playoffs. And because of the play of the Miami Dolphins quarterback, their franchise star, the man that they paid all that bank to this offseason, yet his greatest ability is supposed to be his availability, and he's not been that for the Dolphins. I don't think the ability for them to fight back and actually look like a competent team will click based off of what I saw them do at home against the Cardinals. Their season is done. Their season is cooked, and we're going to talk about which quarterback in the NFL actually has been the most underachieving this season. Everybody's pointing arrows at Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot of folks looking at now Anthony Richardson. I think this guy over here in the AFC East, not named Rodgers, is likely the answer for that. You just did something on your phone there. What was that?
I was doing the math. You said 11 teams that have started 2-5 out of 248.
Teams. Yeah, 11 have made the playoffs that have started 2-5 out of 248.
That's a 4.4 chance.
Yeah.
4.4% chance that the Dolphins make the playoffs using those numbers.
Yeah.
That's not great numbers.
That's less than the Yankees would for winning the Fall Classic. I mean, the Dodgers are a better team, and I'm sure if you look at ESPN BPI or whatever, I don't know what their percentage is for the Yankees winning the World Series right now is, but like you said, if they win tonight at home, guess what? You said they have a 50-50 chance. They at least have a 25% chance of winning back-to-back games. They're both going to be on the road against what we think is a better team, but there's a chance.
I want to rectify something I said last night. I was wrong on Russo and Rizzo. So it came out that Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, was asked the questions from the media, hey, your ace, Garrett Cole, you're down 3-0. It's short rest. Are you going to have him pitch? I mean, it's do or die. You kind of want your guy out there that is your best chance for the Yankees to win that game. And he said no, never considered it. Garrett Cole never also lobbied to do it. And I thought that was a weak move. I thought from Garrett Cole, come on, dude. You got to at least ask if you've got the dog in you, if you are the bulldog that people believe you to be, that it's win at all costs. I put my body on the line. Remember, he's coming back from an injury early in the season. Didn't want to test it. I thought that was weak from Garrett Cole. But now I see the vision. Because last night, the Dodgers had a bullpen game. The Yankees' best chance to win that game of all the games, because it was a bullpen game, puts the Yankees in the advantage. And now I see why. They're trying to win the World Series. They're not trying to win as many games as possible in the World Series, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They will have a lower chance to win last night, trade that for a greater chance to win also Game 5.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. There's more. It's a chess, not checkers kind of move.
You're kind of spreading out your eggs in a couple of baskets so that if you go balls to the wall, you got to win Game 4, leave it all on the line, and then you leave yourself vulnerable and you lose. You have a horrible disadvantage tonight. Okay. You're trying to win the World Series, not just survive. Yeah. So I want to take that back. Good move from Aaron Boone. Of course, it's results-oriented.
It's easy to say, It's easy to say now. If they would have lost, you would have been like, I told you, Aaron Boone, you got to start your star pitch.
Yeah, that would have been me.
So it's kind of soft on you to wait until after the results are out there to say that he was right.
It took me to realize this maybe inning number 2 when oh, wait, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. There's a bullpen game. You can jump on these guys. You don't need your ace going at the same time. You'd rather have another reason to win tonight and send it back to L.A. with a 3-2 series deficit.
I get what you're saying. I'm glad you came to that realization. It's the same thing I did. and a lot of us did with Mike Tomlin. I will never question Mike Tomlin on a football decision again after he benched Justin Fields while they were 4-2 and put Russell Wilson in, because he's done the opposite of underachieve. Russell Wilson has overachieved through 2 games, a Steelers record for amount of passing yards through 2 games, and the Steelers have been undefeated and good. So we're talking underachieving quarterbacks on the other side. We also get Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike's thoughts on specifically how harsh of a punishment should Major League Baseball have levied on these thugs.
Those New York softies on Unsportsmanlike, man.
On these aggressive, overreaching fans who literally assaulted Mookie Betts. I can't believe it. No signs of any kind of fans that get out of hand when you're talking about the Boca Raton Bowl. That's why we're here at the Boca Raton today for the Boca Bowl golf outing. It's a lead into what's going to happen on Wednesday, December 18th from FAU Stadium. We're going to be broadcasting live as the 2024 Boca Raton Bowl returns to FAU Stadium on Howard Schnellenberger Field. Last year we saw rising power at the time USF put the beat down on Syracuse out of the ACC. Who knows what this year's game will have in store? Big names, big teams, and, of course, some big action. The 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th. Mark your calendars at FAU Stadium on ESPN. For more information on the Boca Raton Bowl, BocaRatonBowl.com. How harshly should the Major League Baseball have penalize these fans that grabbed and pried the ball away from Mookie Betts last night, as well as who's been the most underachieving quarterback in the NFL through 8 weeks? We answer those questions with Evan Cohen on the other side. We're theoretically speaking on the road on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Mega Thrills at Rapids Water Park. Mega Fun. And new Mega Mayhem, now open. The first dueling water coaster in Florida. Buy single-day tickets in advance online and save. Only at South Florida's Mega Thrill capital, Rapids Water Park.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Time now for a PNC Pause. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at PNC.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, Egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
Attention chicken lovers, we asked for it and McDonald's came through. Introducing the Chicken Big Mac. Treat yourself to the mouth-watering perfection of a Chicken Big Mac. 2 tender, juicy chicken patties sandwiched between a sesame seed bun, plus classic Big Mac sauce, tangy pickles, crisp lettuce, and a melty slice of American cheese. Hey chicken lovers, we did it. Order ahead in the McDonald's app and save 20% on orders over $10. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 12/31/24 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. Must opt into rewards.
If you are buying a new home in Palm Beach County, whether it's your first time or you're upgrading or downsizing, the clerk's office is the services you need to help protect your investment. Sign up for our Property Fraud Alert program, offering free monitoring of Palm Beach County's official records. You will get an alert if a document, such as a deed or mortgage, is recorded using your name or address. For more information, head to our website at mypalmbeachclerk.com/homeowners. Congratulations on your new home. We are always here to help.
Lease the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S today at Land Rover Palm Beach for only $499 per month with a 42-month lease and only $47.50 down, plus fees and first month's payment. Head over to Land Rover Palm Beach today, located on Okeechobee Boulevard just past the Turnpike, or visit LandRoverPalmBeach.com to set up a test drive of the new 2024 Range Rover Evoque 250S. Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Hi, this is Blaine Isbell, Corporate Vice President of Team IP. For over 30 years, Team IP has been a national leader in decorated apparel and promotional products. National corporate brands and 22 college bowl games, including the Boca Raton Bowl, make Team IP their partner of choice. Team IP, located right in our community in Stewart, is a proud partner of ESPN West Palm. Contact me anytime at 877-821-8643 or head to teamip.com and take the first step in making Team IP your team to boost your brand.
Mark your calendars and gear up for game day. This Sunday, November 3rd, join Bud Light and the ESPN West Palm Street team at Draft House Bar and Grill in North Palm Beach. Catch the action as the Buffalo Bills face off against the Miami Dolphins from 1 to 3 p.m. Showcase your football skills for a chance to qualify for Dolphins tickets. Enjoy $15 buckets and $12 pitchers of ice-cold Bud Light while you cheer on the Fins. Must be 21 or older to participate. Southern Eagle reminds you to please drink responsibly.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Oh, my priors have been confirmed right here as I'm seeing this tweet from our guy Yanni Caracas of WPBF. He is at the Dolphins training facility. He's covering Miami Dolphins practice, and it looks like Tua Tagovailoa, he must be feeling the same way I am about him being the most underachieving quarterback in the NFL this season to date, so far through 8 weeks. C-Cat's right here with me. It's Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on the road from the Boca Raton Golf Club. It is just amazing here. It is beautiful. We're literally looking out at the water, and all I see is like yachts and boats flowing across the Intracoastal here, and a bunch of stuff that I can't afford, but I would love to just take a visit on. One guy that we know can't afford it.
Exactly. You knew where I was going with it.
Yeah, one guy that literally, this might be his yacht that we're looking at. Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. with Michelle Smallman and Chris Canty. Evan, which one of these is your yacht? The one that says Copay or Carabo? Which one is yours?
The next one.
Oh, the next to the right. Oh, you're saying you have one pending that's on the way. It's about to dock up.
I tried to answer it. You know when you ask Tom Brady, which is your favorite championship? He says, next one. What are you, psycho? You think I have a yacht? What's the matter with you?
Wow, is that a bad assumption of me? A guy that has lived in South Florida?
I have a yacht?
Yes. Yes, that you have a yacht.
How much are yachts? C-Cat, look that up, please. How much is a yacht?
Such a general question. There's different levels to this.
Yeah, what's the difference between a yacht and a boat? What's the feet?
Ask Evan. He would know.
That's true.
Well, look that up first. Okay. By the way, there is somebody at ESPN West Palm that does own a boat.
Who's that?
Would it be?
And it may be a yacht.
Would it be? Can I guess? Can I give one guess at least, and you tell me if I'm right?
Okay.
Steve Policiner.
Nope.
Wow. Well, then I would love to be shocked. I'm going to have to ask around the office and see. I don't think there's anybody here who owns a boat, and I haven't been invited on it yet, so now I'm a little bit offended. Evan, how have you consumed the fact that we have one of the biggest stars in baseball getting mauled by fans, and the only punishment for these Yankee fans that felt like they had to get involved with the game was just having to sit out one game? How have you consumed all of that?
Yeah, I was furious about it this morning. I got to be honest with you, Theo.
Thank you. Come on. Jeez.
Okay. So we had battles on our show this morning because Michelle was off. She's working on a piece for, I think, College Game Day, actually. I'm very confused as to what she's doing, but she was in her old stomping ground, Champaign, Illinois, for Fighting Illini. She was doing something. I don't know. Anyway, so it's Canty and I together, and we were both saying that it was utterly ridiculous what these two guys did. Because if you think about it, we've all been to, seen, or heard baseball games where a ball is either hit a home run or hit foul, where a fan is trying to catch the ball. Okay. And sometimes the fan goes over the fence to try to catch the ball. See Jeffrey Mayer for the Yankees and the Orioles, in 96? Like a famous moment. So famous that I forgot the year. But
yeah,
famous,
I think 97,
right?
but yeah.
There's 97, I'm sorry. That it's going for a catch of a foul ball or a home run. In this scenario, Mookie Betts had already caught the ball, and one idiot is trying to physically open up his glove as if it's like, an oyster trying to crack it open, right, in the shell, and the other guy is ripping his arm down as if he's a linebacker trying to strip the ball from the running back.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I asked the question on my way in this morning at 4-something in the morning. I'm on the phone with our producer, Nuno, and I asked Nuno, I said, hey, any update on those guys? Did they get arrested? I asked that question.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe there was a shot they were going to get arrested. And then when he told me that not only were they not arrested, fine, I can live with that, but I asked the question. He said, as of that moment, they're still allowed back tonight. I said, what? What do you mean they're allowed back tonight? That's insane. Now we have since learned, obviously, that they're making that baseball is not going to allow them to be there, as they should not, or the Yankees or whoever is going to not allow them to be there. They're making the right move. But I thought this was ridiculous, Theo.
I think they should be banned for life from Major League Baseball events. I think it's that crucial because of what you said. You're not just trying to catch the ball. You're not just doing fan interference. You're literally grabbing and tugging at a player as he's up in the air in a vulnerable position. We can't just play the results and because Mookie is fine, say, oh, it's all good. It's fun and games. It was motivation for the crowd and for the Yankees, and they won the game. No, that
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter that he's fine.
There has to be repercussions.
I mean, thank God he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be repercussions. And then also the other side of that, Evan, there's people like CCAT who are going to glorify these guys and call them martyrs and everything like that. So I don't get how CCAT can be so happy about this.
This is the thing. I'm the most grounded individual at ESPN West Palm. You guys have been in the media business for a long time. Yes. You've reached great heights in your both respective careers.
I haven't got my first shot yet, though.
You forgot where you came from. You forgot where you came from. You forgot what it's like to be a true fan. Yes, Evan, you forgot what it's like to be a true fan. You are now a fan and a media personality. You don't know what you would have done in that situation. You do not know.
Well, yes, I do. What are you talking about?
Evan Cohen of high school quarterback Evan Cohen? No.
Are you kidding me? So first of all, I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a scaredy cat in general. So if the ball is coming near me, I'm afraid as it is. So I know I'm not going to go towards the ball. Second of all, it's not forgetting your roots or where you came from to think you wouldn't physically try to rip Mookie Betts' arms apart.
Oh, see, here come the dramatics. They want to get the ball out of the glove.
No, I'm not being dramatic. One guy was ripping one arm down, and the other guy was ripping the mid apart. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You can't say you forget your roots. Now, when you say, hey, will you go to the Heat game when you're in Florida? And my answer is, yeah, if it's the second row seats or a suite, that's where I've lost touch. Yes? Right? That's a fair assessment, right? That is, and by the way, that is my answer. That is the truthful answer.
Okay.
I'm either going to go to one or the other, right?
So now we know. In order to get Evan down to Kaseya Center, which, by the way, I'm going tonight to go catch Heat Knicks. I was at the Pistons game a couple nights ago for the statue celebration for D. Wade, and I'm credentialed, though, so I won't be in a suite or in nice seats like you were saying.
And so now if you but that's similar, right?
Yeah.
So if CCAT wants to say, Theo, you've lost touch because you'll only go with the pass and the parking pass and everything. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? Good. Theo should walk in with that strut because he earned that. The point that I'm making,
theoretically speaking,
is you can't say you forgot where you came from. You were once an everyday fan, and you would have tried to hurt Mookie Betts also. No, CCAT, I would not have. The other thing is, in what world are you grounded? You are the most out-of-space human being I think I've ever met. You go on vacations without knowing where you're going. You're on another planet sometimes. You're not grounded.
He's right.
I went to Game 3 2 nights ago, Evan, by the way.
He did go to the World Series, too. He did.
But that's what I'm telling you. The punishment that was levied before baseball barred those fans from...
Whoa, hold on. You came to New York?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a surprise
surprised
trip.
him with tickets.
She shook me awake at 3 a.m. on Saturday morning and said, we're going to New York for Game 3. So I was at the Yankee game that they lost, Game 3 of the World Series. They paid the price. They did their time.
And how was ESPN New York when you visited?
I didn't see ESPN New York
Wow.
there. I didn't.
And how was it coming by the seaport in our studios when you came here?
Got to be honest, I don't have the address on hand, and we didn't have a car, so it was.
Oh, how do you call me to come on the air? I think you have my phone number.
You could have called Evan. You could have gave him the heads
Listen,
up.
I went to.
You did?
Couple of,
came through?
I did. I pulled up when I came to New York, man.
A couple of beautiful apple orchards. Saw my grandma. Had some. Yeah. So
Where
I
does
had
your
priorities.
grandma live? This is important. Where does your grandma live?
Orange County, New York. So about an hour and 15 away.
Yeah, I know where that is. Okay. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Continue, Theo.
All right. Do I have to give my grandma a call? Like lock the door? What, are you going to send a message?
Evan, what is he planning?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to send the two guys from last night to your grandma's house. You'll see if you like them then.
He would love that.
If I could snap my fingers and make that happen, she would have great company for the Yankee game.
My
because those are two outstanding New York Yankees fans. They are two outstanding citizens. I said before in the show, they've got a place to stay in West Palm Beach whenever they want to visit because these are two guys that had the once-in-a-lifetime chance in a couple of aspects here.
God.
The once-in-a-lifetime
This is
chance
nauseating.
to sit right on the field for a World Series game that the Yankees won. They got that chance taken away from them, ripped out of their hands because they had the once-in-a-lifetime chance.
Did they get it ripped out of their hands, or did they rip it out of somebody else's hands?
The other once-in-a-lifetime chance to affect a World Series game, to actually have a home field advantage. They saw how pathetic the New York Yankees looked for 3 games in a row.
Are you on something right now?
No.
So you believe that these two should be allowed back in the building tonight?
Yes, they paid the price. They knew what they did. They got kicked out of the game, just like the L.A. fan did a couple of nights ago.
Innings, they paid the price? You're kidding.
Yeah, what's 8 innings in a full baseball game of, 9 innings? They missed the whole game. They missed all of the runs the Yankees scored. Yes, that paid the price. That has been the precedence. When you interfere with the game, you get kicked out of said game. You're not put in behind bars like Chris Carlin was trying to say earlier on Carlin versus Joe. They paid the price, and now they should be treated like everybody else.
No, but C-Cat, Carlin is right. If the choice would be spend last night in jail or tonight at the Yankee game, which one's more appropriate for those two? Definitively, Theo, correct me if I'm wrong on this, definitively, last night in jail is the answer.
It would be more correct than them being back in that baseball stadium. You can't walk up on somebody and do what they did in the street, and you also can't do it at that person's place of occupation, especially when your role is spectator.
But we both agree inside the walls of a sporting event, there are different rules in normal society, no?
Not for spectators.
When we see a late...
inside the walls, but not inside the
But
field.
baseball's not a contact sport.
That ball was 3 inches away from being over the wall in the fans' vicinity in their territory. If it was 3 inches away,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, and I'm not suggesting anyone to do this, but theoretically, you guys are on remote today in Boca, right? So if somebody wants to just come up to you, rip the headsets off of your head, take them, and start talking. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to host a radio show in a top 50 market on a phenomenal radio station on remote at a beautiful golf club
on a great
for
show
a
too.
Beautiful event for the Boca Bowl. You would commend them for ripping the headsets off of you. When I know you, I know your history. You've worked your butt off to get those headsets, but you would commend that person from stealing them and attacking you and just putting them on and hosting a show.
I would say they should get kicked out of this event, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's what I would say to those fans. They have lost their right to be at this.
You're inviting them to the studio?
He's inviting them to his grandma's house.
If it was for a greater good. If it was for a greater good. Listen, the Yankees to win the World Series is the greater good.
I'm not trying to program the show,
but
I guarantee you, I don't remember how many phone lines we have anymore, 5, 6, whatever, 3, I don't even know.
Yeah.
If you take calls at 888-760-ESPN right now, right? 888-760-3776. Line people up right now.
Yes.
Right move or wrong move? Simple question. Did baseball make the right move or wrong move banning these guys from tonight's game? I would bet of the next 10 phone calls you get over the next hour and a half, 8 of them will say those guys cannot be allowed back in that stadium.
And the other 2 will be C-Cat.
Bang the calls on this.
Dialing in from his burner phone. Evan, we do got to go to break here. We got a packed show. One thing I do want to get before you get out of here, though, Evan. I think Tua, I saw the discussion happening who's been the most disappointing, underachieving quarterback through 8 weeks in the NFL. I think it's Tua Tagovailoa, who, by the way, changed his hair today at practice. I think he dyed it. He gave it a little bit of a red flare. Tua, because of not just his ability when he's played, looking bad on the field, but also him getting injured again and not being available for his team, which is why they gave him the big contract, because he showed he could stay healthy through a season. He's been the most underachieving quarterback so far this season, and the cause of that, or at least the effect of that, is the Dolphins are going to miss the playoffs, let alone break that streak of 24 straight years without winning a playoff game. Am I like a little too harsh or critical of him? Is there somebody else that has underachieved more than Tua so far?
I'm going to give what I deem to be, very humble here, the greatest answer to a question ever asked on Theoretically Speaking. And this is a great question. And boy, are you going to hate this, Theo, and then love it simultaneously. The most underachieving quarterback relative to their ability this year in the NFL is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, my.
And they still haven't lost a game, and he's still better than everyone else.
Oh, you're right. I did hate that at first, and I loved it. It's like a Sour Patch Kid, sour than sweet. Evan
Think
Cohen,
about it. 8 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. For that guy, and he's still better than everybody else, and they still haven't lost a game.
And on top of that, they're still adding pieces and getting better before the trade deadline. I'm excited about what can be for this year's Chiefs team. Evan, appreciate you pulling up. I'll try and calm down C-Cat and stop him from empowering fans to snatch our headsets off while we're out here at the Boca Raton.
Not both of yours, just his. Thanks,
okay,
guys.
just his. Yep. That was Evan Cohen on Sportsmanlike. You can hear it 6 to 10 a.m. with Michelle Smallman and with Chris Canty, the resident Super Bowl champ. We are on the other side going to hear from Reggie LaRoche of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. He's going to pull up. We're talking about Miami Heat statues. We're both going to be at the game, by the way, tonight.
Oh, really?
Center. Yeah, so we're going to relink back up there. And then also, man, very interesting conversation around what Alonzo Mourning battled through. Heat legend, Heat lifer Alonzo Mourning with his prostate cancer he was diagnosed with this year in February, and also how he and Baptist Health are teaming up to put on a free event for people to get out there and make sure they prioritize men's health. Be locked in on that one. And, of course, with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. On the other side, it's Reggie LaRoche joining myself and C-Cat here on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur. And most certainly, never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management program. Over the years, the NFL has expanded their borders, playing games in the United Kingdom, Germany, Mexico, and most recently, Brazil. Well, more news on the international part of the NFL. Boosted by the growing Spanish language audience for the Super Bowl, Fox Deportes and Telemundo have announced that they will both be airing Super Bowl 59 coming up in February. As we've known, the NFL has been trying to make this more of an international game. This is the Sports Business Minute presented by the FAU MBA in Sport Management program. Accelerate your career in sports with the program committed to developing top-notch executives and managers with a focus on the job placement for students and graduates. The FAU MBA in Sport Management program.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers and communities they serve by helping them move forward financially. As a Main Street bank, PNC is always working to make it easier for their customers to achieve their goals and plan for the future, whether that's through innovative digital solutions or in person. PNC is proud to be part of the South Florida community. See how PNC Bank can make a difference for you at pnc.com/tech. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
New developments ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Exciting news, West Palm Beach. X Golf is now open and ready for you. Experience top-of-the-line simulators, perfect your swing, and enjoy a full bar and delicious bites. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, X Golf has something for everyone. Rain or shine, we've got you covered with virtual courses from around the world. Book your tee time today. Come visit us at X Golf West Palm Beach, where the game never stops. Visit on Instagram at XGolfWPB for more information.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We're back here at the Boca Raton, the lovely Boca Raton Golf Club as we do the Boca Raton Bowl outing. It's Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3, and joining me now with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, my guy Reggie LaRoche, who, by the way, we're here now, but later today we're both going to be at Kaseya Center to watch a little Heat Knicks.
You got it. I can't wait to see it. I'm glad to be here, man. Always a good time to be interviewed with you and just to sit down.
Come on,
with you, Theo.
Especially here, like whenever I'm
the Boca Raton.
Come on, like when I didn't realize the level of luxury we're about to step into until I got here, and all you can do is just embrace it. Like, just be where your feet are. Beautiful course, beautiful buildings, and some good things to talk about with Baptist Health here.
Yeah, most definitely. Soon. We got exciting things coming up with Baptist Health. Excited to be, here again today. One of the things, I'll just kind of get right into it.
Yeah.
November 16th, 9:30, we're going to be at the Kaseya Arena. Really talking about men's health. We are in partnership with the Miami Heat. It's an event that's free to the community. We definitely want men's health is the focus and the top priority of the event. We want everyone to come on out to hear from some legendary athletes, some of our renowned, medical experts and various topics around men's health. And I think it's going to be a great conversation.
Yeah.
So men, I should say, can take a proactive approach towards their health. So I'm excited about that.
I absolutely love that. And it's topical. It's also timely with the Miami Heat organization. When you think about the battle that Alonzo Mourning just won with prostate cancer earlier this year, February.
Yep.
He was diagnosed in June. He was able to get that stage 3 prostate cancer. He got his prostate removed. So he's a survivor.
Yep.
And I'm sure the Heat organization, everybody with Baptist Health, just going to be urging men to look, take care of yourself. Go get a checkup.
100%. And not only are we going to encourage them, there's going to be health screenings on site.
Okay, yeah.
So that way, people can't have the excuse, I'm going to go take care of that. No, take care of that right now while you're here. And again, the partnership has been amazing, and we're, definitely eager to hear Alonzo Mourning's story, his journey. Because I think, always hearing people's stories can help motivate and encourage and influence people to say, you know what, if that can happen to him, what's it stopping from happening to me?
Right, world-class athlete, guy that's been in tip-top shape. It's not like he's let himself go since he's played, right? Like
solid man.
yeah,
healthy and everything. Yep.
Speaking of healthy, have you gotten yourself yet? And I know you will tonight. A good up close and personal, healthy look at the Dwayne Wade statue, because I have been. Yeah. Just keep it G.
I have not had an up-close personal look, but I'm excited to see it tonight. Obviously, social media did its thing. I personally do
Charles
not think...
Barkley did too.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I don't think it looks like him, but... I did see a couple photos. He was there.
He was with the process.
He was with the process, so it wasn't a surprise to him. So to me, it's kind of like, all right, if he blessed it, hey, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, as an artist, to create a statue and to have a concept, to bring it to reality, that can't be an easy job.
No.
So, but at the end of the day, that man has a statue for what he did, the career he had at Miami Heat, Wade County.
Yeah.
So, in all respect, that it's solid.
It's love.
It's love.
So here's my three things with the statue. Number one, beautiful, mesmerizing sculpture when you see it in person. It's about 19 feet tall. Okay. It is the details on it, because it actually has like the base of the statue has like the headphone from the announcer table, like stat sheets and stuff. Okay. It is super authentic. The wrinkles on his jersey, it pops out at you.
Okay.
And then there's the touch of color that really brings it to life. That's number one.
Okay.
So credit to the artist there. Number two, when Dwayne Wade saw this statue in person, and you see the behind the scenes photos, it looks and hits a little different when it's not bronzed or whatever it is now. Because it was clay when Wade was working with him.
That's true.
He saw it for the first time at that unveiling this past Sunday when it was come on, we all know it don't look like the man. And he admitted, he said it don't have to look like me.
Right.
It's capturing a moment. But number three, come on. This is heat. Can we at least just remove the head and try again?
To me,
that's all we want
to
do.
I hope there's a conversation to say, you know what? Let me see what we could do, readjust it, and make sure that what we present to be here in perpetuity is something that resembles you.
It's the first statue.
It's the first statue.
It's the most important player in the history of the Miami Heat.
They got to get it right.
Yeah.
They got to get it right. So I hope that does happen. That conversation has happened and will happen. And if we got to encourage the financing and the funding, what can we do, right? But that for the very first statue, we got to make it right.
What do you think? So we got Reggie LaRoche here again, of course, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. What do you think? You've been in South Florida longer than me. There's a Dan Marino statue and a Don Shula statue at Hard Rock Stadium.
Okay. Yep.
There's Howard Schnellenberger at FAU Stadium, the place where he was the architect of that program. And now there's the Wade statue at Kaseya Center. When you think South Florida sports legends, Reggie, like who's next in line to get a statue? I said Bam Adebayo. Only because if you listen back to the Wade speech, his 13-and-a-half-minute emotional speech at the unveiling, he never mentioned Jimmy Butler's name. He didn't mention LeBron's name. He didn't mention anybody on the current Heat team, and probably less than 10 people total in that speech. He mentioned Bam by name purposefully, and he mentioned them in the same sentence with himself, Alonzo Mourning, and I believe Pat Riley, Udonis Haslem.
Yeah.
He said myself, Udonis Haslem, Zoe, and Bam is next when it comes to being like the pallbearer, not the Paul. Not the pallbearer. The Heat season might go that way eventually. I don't know yet.
Right.
But being the person that holds up what Heat culture is in the future.
Right.
What do you think, though?
No, I think from that perspective, in terms of Heat culture, Bam is next.
Yes.
To follow along those lines.
Statue's kind of heavy, though.
Statue is heavy because at the end of the day, when you talk about a statue, you got to talk about winning.
Yes.
You got to talk about having a certain level of impact and influence in that city, in that county, in that state.
It's got to be big.
In the league.
We're not calling it Bam County. It's Wade
we're not
County.
Exactly. It's still Wade. Unless Bam is still young, so I mean, there's still possibilities there. But I don't think a statue right now is the discussion.
Yeah.
You got to put the W's up there. You got to get the hardware. You got to get the stuff in the Raptors.
So nobody with the Dolphins then.
With the Dolphins, no. So again, it's South Florida. I think it's open. I think you got to look for those folks that have been
Lionel Messi could maybe he gets the MLS Cup championship. They got the new stadium coming. You never know.
You never know. You never know. But to me, when you think of statue, you think of long term.
Yeah.
You think of longevity. We're not talking about 2 years and on team, 3 years, 4 years. You're talking about at least a decade of consistent culture with the team, influence, community impact, and just an impact on the game.
Right.
So,
it's going to be a long time.
It's going to be a long time.
That Wade statue is going to be lonely for a while. I think for current people, maybe eventually there's a Pat Riley, maybe there's Alonzo Mourning.
I definitely think Alonzo.
Alonzo, right, and UD.
Yeah, and UD, yep.
Are right there as good candidates. I just wonder at what point do you actually pull the trigger on those. So, again, Reggie LaRose for Baptist Health Orthopedic Care joining us here on Theoretically Speaking at the Boca Raton, the beautiful Boca Raton Golf Course for the Boca Bowl outing leading up to the actual Boca Bowl game. But before we get to December 18th, when we have the team square off at FAU Stadium, there's an event again for Baptist Health, November 16th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, and it's free for all involved. One more time, on this Men's Health Summit, why should people be amped up for this? Why should they put a pin on their calendar and make sure they're able to make their way to Kaseya Center?
Well, number one, it's free, but number two,
that always works for me.
But number two, it's focused on men's health. So it's really a call out to the men out there to really take this opportunity, bring your families, bring your spouses, your kids, and have them enjoy the event with you. Hear from not only the legendary athletes that we'll have on hand, the Alonzo Mourning, the Glenn Rice.
Dan Marino will be
Dan Marino on site, the Jovo Cop, past hockey player, and Jovanovski.
Jovanovski,
It's going to be an opportunity to allow men to hear what are the necessary things that they need to be doing to make their health a top priority. What do they need to know? We're going to have screenings on site. This is the opportunity. Men, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to be there for our families. We're always putting ourselves last. Now this is the opportunity, November 16th, to put yourself first and bring your family there and hear what they have to say and and take care of your health.
Your best ability is your availability. You can't provide if you ain't there to do so.
That's right.
Take care of your health. Prioritize that again. November 16th, 9:30 a.m. at the Kaseya Center to be able to pull up and enjoy that with some South Florida sports legends. Reggie,
you got it.
Appreciate your time. On the other side, we got the happy hour. Tina's going to pull up with me and C-Cat, and we got to get back to this fan interaction stuff. We got to put some gates up or something. We can't have fans out here, pulling on Mookie Betts. Them $365 million hands.
I'm telling you, man, that was wild to see. I was like, that man committed assault out there.
That's crazy. We're going to touch more on that on the other side. Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen. The stakes are high, the lights are bright, and ESPN 106.3 has the game. Tonight, it's World Series Game 5, Dodgers and Yankees. Pregame starts at 7. So stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 and let's witness history together.
It's ESPN 106.3, your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Dolphins, Miami Hurricanes, and all of the biggest football matchups throughout the week. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
When it comes to choosing a health plan, you can trust the members who have experienced it firsthand. Humana is proud to offer a Medicare Advantage plan in Florida that earned 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars is the highest rating possible. It's based on real members' experiences, and it's decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Our Humana Gold Plus HMO earned 5 out of 5 stars. That means a few things. It means members get outstanding customer service. It means we connect them with excellent preventive care and chronic condition support. Most of all, it means you have a trustworthy option for a Medicare Advantage plan. Explore our 5-star Humana Gold Plus HMO at humana5star.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Election Day is November 5th. In Palm Beach County, eligible voters can vote during early voting from October 21st through November 3rd at any early voting location. Visit votepalmbeach.gov to find a location, check wait times, and skip the line by making an appointment ahead of time. Don't forget to bring your photo and signature ID. We can't wait to see you at the polls. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections Office.
Hey everyone, it's Cade Shumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be rewarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm, Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Ready for some slam dunking family fun? Join us at the Amerant Bank Arena Saturday, December 14th for the 2024 AutoNation Orange Bowl Basketball Classic. The fun starts at 1 p.m. with live performances, photo ops, arts and crafts stations, and a chance to show off your basketball shooting skills. It's all free with your game ticket. Then catch the doubleheader basketball action as the UCF Knights take on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane and the Florida State Seminoles battle the Tulane Green Wave. Get your tickets now at orangebowl.org.
Good Greek, moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Feeling smart at 2 p.m.? You must be listening to Theoretically Speaking with Theo Dorsey. But don't worry, Russo and Rizzo will bring the chaos at 4.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
People, woo! Feels so good to be doing that from the Boca Raton here for the Boca Bowl golf outing. Theoretically Speaking, on the road, and we are looking good, sitting pretty, looking out over the water here. Plenty of yachts. One of them, we're trying to figure out which one is Evan Cohen's. He would not allude to which one was his. But, of course, C-Cat's still with me here on the, not the ones and twos, but the remote ones and twos. What do you call that, the threes and fours?
I'm just here for the vibes.
I'm just here vibing.
Yeah.
Well, here for more than just the vibe. She brought the helmets of former Boca Bowl participants, and she was supposed to bring us some drinks. Espresso Martina's in the house. What happened, Tina?
Hello.
Where are the drinks at?
I wasn't allowed to bring drinks.
You weren't?
I wasn't allowed to bring drinks.
You weren't allowed to drink the drinks. You could have brought them, and then we could have took sips for your last call. On the way out.
Maybe.
See?
I would have been a little scared to
There
do
you
that.
go.
But
That's
this
all-
helmet just
it's
almost
all-
got stuck on my head.
Yeah, I know. So
that was scary.
So we were taking during the break there. We were taking pictures with some of the former participants of the Boca Bowls. We were taking pictures in the helmets. And honestly, as a Miami Hurricanes fan, we're going to be later on grading the college football teams in the state of Florida. As a Hurricanes fan, I was looking around. I'm looking at these helmets, and I'm like, "Ugh, it's a bad year for them. A bad year for them. A terrible year for them." I didn't know which way to go, so I just went with FAU because at least I can say it's the local team. You had to sport the Bulls helmet, though, C-Cat.
Yeah. You know what?
A
You
little
guys have
disappointing.
never worn football helmets, so you didn't know what to
Whoa,
expect. I
you're
did.
assuming a lot.
Well,
You
that's
told
what
me you
to
didn't play high
expect.
school
This was
football.
just a tight
I didn't play
helmet
high school football. I played all through Pee Wee. I was probably a better football player than you.
Oh.
Yeah.
No chance. Scout O Player of the Year, simulated the offense all the way to the Syracuse Dome. Yeah, fat chance, pal.
I guarantee simulated the. Yeah, I was about to say they could. I don't know what they would have done in practice without you.
I just had the index cards. I was like, all right, we're going to run counter left. And I was coach like, that's a great play. That's a great play. Thank you, C-Cat. Thank you so much. Let's go.
Oh,
Playing
my
tight end,
God.
box out our All-American defensive end. Yeah.
Yeah, that was C-Cat. You had almost as much of impact as Tina did on the Seminole Ridge High School football team.
Oh yeah, I.
You were at least a good fan. You were like cheering them on.
I was a cheerleader, in high school. I cheered all throughout my 4 years at Seminole Ridge. So I was rooting for them. I'm still rooting for them. Go Hawks!
And by the way that CCAT likes to empower fans and give them more involvement into the game, by proxy of what happened with his Yankees, team and the two fans that he loves now and thinks they're martyrs, you have the right to impact the game from the sideline just as much as the guy who was lining up at scout team tight end. So
did you end up watching the game last night? Because you did say you might not watch it.
What? Of course he did.
Yeah,
I know, of course you did, but
I never said I might not
yes,
watch
you
it.
Did.
No, I didn't.
You
of
did
course.
say that.
Hinted at it.
No, I said that if I thought the Yankees would lose or predict they would lose, why would I watch the game?
Yeah.
Like, of course I'm going to say I think they're going to win. I expect them to win because I'm going to watch. I want to see history happen, and I watch the game, of course.
So did you watch it standing up?
I did for a lot of it.
Yeah, because Tina, you had a problem with CCAT. And by the way, for those that missed it, CCAT, who is a diehard Yankees fan to go along with his Penn State Nittany Lions and Baltimore Ravens, his girlfriend surprised him with World Series Game 3 tickets. He went on Monday, and at the game at Yankee Stadium, not only did he make sure he picked up a nice World Series branded hat, but he went and stood from the national anthem, from the Fat Joe performance, all the way through the
I'm
end.
in New York, New York. Yeah, I was singing along.
Do you know why y'all won Game 4? It wasn't those two fans. It was Ashanti.
Yeah, who is that?
No.
You don't know who that
Absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
I just had people that were working,
not
setting
doing
up
that.
the food and all. They
I'm not
stopped
doing
in
that.
their tracks when I said, who is Ashanti? Yeah, I didn't know. She was beautiful. She was stunning. Who is that?
I mean, I can't right now. That's worse than me saying who's Shania Twain.
No, okay, that's pushing it.
That's not pushing it.
That's pushing
Ashanti?
Yeah.
Ashanti?
Is that her first? Is she Ashanti?
That's just it.
last
Ashanti.
Name?
That's
so
it.
It's like just one name.
One name person for sure.
She only needs one name.
Cher, Ashanti.
Yes, Beyonce.
Seal.
Seal. There you go. Prince.
And who is Ashanti?
Shohei.
I don't know. He's a two-name guy.
Ashanti. I mean, Ashanti's like an R&B legend. She's one of her music. I guess I'll give you a pass because her peak was like early 2000s, late 90s. But she is New York area based, and she actually she might have carried into the early 2010s. She was right before some of the Beyonce noise, and there are some who say some of Beyonce's. Let's just say like some of her inspiration might come from Ashanti. Not me, but there are some that say some of Beyonce's flow, style, and even dance moves in certain music videos inspired by Ashanti. She's one of the queens. You got to know Ashanti.
I guess I do now. But
she's the reason why y'all won.
Yeah.
That was it. That's what set the tone, not those two knuckleheads yanking on Mookie Betts.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tina, why did you have such a problem with CCAT going to the World Series game and standing the whole time?
Yeah, we never talked about it. Because in the bleachers, we stood the whole game.
Yeah.
You sit down in between innings, then you stand up when the ball is in play, when play is in action. And I've been doing this. It's a World Series game. It's different than just a regular season game. You have different rules. You sit down and you stand up when a home run hit, when a big play happens, or maybe with 2 strikes and 2 outs, you stand up. But when it's a World Series game, you stand up. You don't have to get hype. You stay hyped.
Yeah.
I learned this back in college as a Penn State football fan. The students don't sit for their games unless it's halftime. They stand the entire game. They stand right in front of their bleacher seat. I took the same rationale, and all the people around me did the same thing, except for the one person behind me.
But why do you need to
Oh,
stand?
my gosh.
But why do you need to stand?
Because
can you
they
not
need
see
us,
from your
Tina.
seat?
Do you not understand?
They need us.
You standing does
if the
nothing
fans
for the
down the
team.
right field line, Capobianco brothers, Austin and Darren, if they were sitting down, they would have not affected the game. If they were sitting down and the ball lands in the lap, No, but they were standing, they were ready.
They weren't supposed to do that, and did they affect the game? It was still an out. Mookie caught the ball.
Are you
it
on
was
the
going to be
fan
called an
side?
out. Yes, he's on the fan side.
Yeah, he has a place to stay in West Palm Beach whenever he needs
He's
one.
talking about the fans, by the way, not Mookie,
Yeah.
who got assaulted.
Yeah, Mookie Betts, sorry, pal.
You wouldn't let
He took the
Mookie
money,
Betts
went out
crash?
west. No, Mookie Betts, he can afford his own place. You and I know that.
Those fans can afford a place. They got tickets to the World Series.
But again, you assume that these tickets to the World Series are something that's just an expenditure, whatever. They can get on their yacht and drive out of there. No. People budget for that type of stuff. They're not well off.
season ticket holders.
Yes, people budget for that type of stuff.
Yeah, so they can afford season tickets to Yankee Stadium. You think these dudes are some kind of like low middle class
They probably
struggling for every buck?
They probably live in a lesser apartment with less bedrooms, maybe cheaper rent, because
they seem
want.
entitled. They seem entitled,
please.
and a lot of times with entitlement comes a little bit of affluence, which I'm not mad at, but they do.
Yeah, no, I think if you're a season ticket holder, I don't think you're just you're not budgeting and prioritizing
in the same way that we are.
Yeah, prioritizing like that is what you should spend your money on.
Got bread.
You guys have never tried to buy season tickets then. If you're saying that, no.
You literally, even in buying season tickets, either you can't afford them or you can't. You can say budgeting all you want, but what makes you assume that these guys have a more limited pockets only because of the fact that they have season tickets?
We're making assumptions here because I don't know them personally.
Yeah.
You guys don't know either, but I do know others who have had season tickets, and they're not rich people. They're just people that decide to choose their money
they're
wisely.
comfortable though.
Maybe.
Those are pretty good season tickets if they're that close to you.
They are.
They're not-
Maybe they're passed down in the family will. Maybe you don't know that. But you
You're
can
thinking
do
of
that.
everything. You're
Yeah,
reading.
he's giving them every excuse in the book.
There are also season ticket packages that are not all 81 games. Like you can get Sunday tickets.
Maybe, but the way
World
that they named
Series tickets though.
Yeah, you get on the list to
first
get the
in line, right?
first dibs. If you want to buy tickets, you are given the possibility to buy your own seats.
And they bought multiple World Series tickets games because they also had tickets to the night game before they got taken away because they were assaulting baseball players.
So where are we trying to get at here? You think these guys are rich jerks that are
I
entitled?
don't know if they're rich or not. I do think that they're jerks. I do know that they are entitled because they thought that it was well within their rights to not just try and catch a ball, which is cool, which is still fan interference.
Entitled.
But to yank at a man's arm and hand and also to pry his baseball glove open and poke the ball out and then to admit that it was a premeditated attack. It wasn't an act of passion.
You're not
it
real
was
fans.
a plot.
You're not real fans.
It was a plot.
You're not real fans. You don't love something the way that they love the Yankees. They were given the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to affect a World Series game.
And they should be banned
and
for
they
it.
took it. And they did. They took their
Banned
penalty on the
for
chin.
life.
They were kicked out of that game. They
Banned.
did not protest. They didn't sit there. They didn't pout like the guy who got pulled off the airplane, I think, on one of the airlines like 10 years ago. No, they didn't go limp. They didn't sandbag the employees. They walked out. They got cheered. And they are heroes in Yankees fandom for the rest of time.
We'll do it again then. We'll do it again. 888-760-3776. I'm sorry, Teen. I'm sorry we have to do this on the happy hour.
I'm not sorry.
On the
No,
happy hour, we're
because
supposed to be
I
having a
don't
good
like
time.
this one message from all of ESPN radio that are villainizing these two valiant fans.
It's not.
I've been sick and tired all day hearing this. Colin versus Joe. Unsportsmanlike. Jessica Mendoza.
Jay Williams gave him a pass.
Good for Jay Williams. I wish I heard that.
He's just a troll that likes taking the other side of the fence, though. That's all Jay Williams was doing. Because on the other side of it, he also said, if that was me, I would have wanted to have some I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he would have taken more action than Mookie Betts did. And he also admitted that, yes, that is crossing the line. As a former NBA player, Jay Williams would not have been cool if a fan jumped out of a crowd or if he fell into the crowd and instead of a fan just helping him up, put him in a chokehold.
I think that behind closed doors, I think these fans are being treated very nicely from the Yankees. If truth be told, I think they were barred from this game and said, hey, you got your refund back. We know that.
Yeah.
It's not like they paid for the ticket and they're just booted out for tonight as well. I think that especially
Yankees in a good mood, too. They got a game. They got to win.
If the Yankees, I know, they're, I think, plus 700 or plus 900 to win the World Series right now, a.k.a. their odds aren't very good to win 3 consecutive games and complete this improbable comeback. If the Yankees do win the World Series, that documentary is going to start with 2 guys.
Yeah.
Those guys right there.
And that's the benefit from them doing it. I'm not even saying, hey, wrong move to do. But if you signed up to do something like that, every action has a consequence to it. There's good ones like you know, glazing them from the start of Theoretically Speaking through the happy hour. And also there's the bad of you're no longer allowed in Major League Baseball parks because you broke the rules. We can't have people following up and trying to do the same thing. I mean, the way CCAT is making it sound, like everybody should sign up and do this. Everybody should tug on players and jerk balls out of their hands and yank on their arms and pull at their gloves. This should be, you know what, CCAT? You're right. We should have copycat fans all across America, and including like what Evan said, maybe somebody should yank the headset off of you and get their opinion off.
But you're failing to acknowledge the fact that they were punished last night.
That's not enough.
Yes, it is. I'm sure fans would say, okay, I don't want to risk my $3,000 seat, because if you're on the field, it's an expensive seat.
Goodness. Oh, now the seats are expensive all of a sudden, Tina.
Yes, for a one-night thing, you don't want to
They
risk
did it
losing
2 nights. They bought it for multiple nights.
This is why it was a sacrifice that should be celebrated amongst Yankees fans. These fans said, you know what, I know we're going to be kicked out of this game, but it's worth it for the greater good. It's worth it to better this team's chances to win Game 4 and to possibly win the World Series. They should have been kicked out last night, and they were. And now they should be treated like anybody else and let back in for Game 5.
You were a good fan. You stood, you cheered, you applauded, you booed, you stayed within the realms of what a spectator is supposed to do. They were bad fans. They interfered. They didn't just interfere, they assaulted. So, yes, that's bad. It's literally illegal. What they did was not, by the letter of the law, legal. Bad fans. Tina, he's so overcome with emotion, not just from the Yankees win and them extending the World Series last night, but because he has 2 new favorite fans, 2 new favorite people in the world to cheer for, Tina. This is the happy hour. We're usually good. It's usually not back and forth like this. Have you lost respect for CCAT for loving these dudes like that?
Honestly, it doesn't really surprise me.
Wow.
It doesn't really surprise me that CCAT's taking their side. And
he's a villain. That's why when we get our Halloween costumes, which, by the way, we've decided on here on Theoretically Speaking, when we get our Halloween costumes, we're going to be the 2 heroes, and he's going to be the guy that's the villain.
But it doesn't really surprise me that CCAT's on their side. And it's his team.
Yeah,
of course it's his team. So, of course, he's going to side with his team and his fans.
That helps,
and it's not good that he stood, by the way. We got into this conversation again because he was a stander.
I know.
And I don't like the standers at sporting events.
You hate standers at sporting events. Part of that has to do with the fact that it's going to, affect your ability to view the game because you're like 4'9".
Yeah, I'm 5'1". But
today you are.
Today I am.
Okay.
Yeah, we figured that out that day.
Okay.
I'm always 5'1". But for me, standers, I don't like them because I don't feel like you need to stand if you could probably see from your seat. And even when I can't see from my seat, I just peek my head left and right. But I hate standers because then I have to stand and I still actually can't see.
Yeah.
Because I'm only 5'1" and probably my seats just don't allow me to see the game.
You gotta get up on somebody's shoulders.
I know, but then I'm blocking the person behind me, and then I feel bad. So I'm not going to do that. So I don't like standers at sporting events.
It's not a bad feeling to have. I do understand why he was standing at the sporting
there's moments,
event.
I think, in sporting events where everyone stands.
Yes.
There's moments. The entire game.
She can't see
that's
if you stand, CCAT.
It just gets further and further to prove me right about this place, ESPN West Palm, that I truly do love. I love it here.
Yeah.
I love where I work. I love where I live. But these people are not grounded, folks. I'm talking to you, the listener, the viewer, ESPN 106.3. They have lost touch with reality.
Oh my
They're not real fans. They're not real people. They are talking heads, and I'm held captive here, people. It's ridiculous. You're saying that he's not a good fan?
Oh.
He's a great fan. He's the best fan you've ever heard of because he sacrificed his World Series ticket for the chance that it would hurt the Dodgers' chance of making that out. That's what that fan did.
Didn't even work.
It did, because it didn't work in that moment, but the dominoes fell. The vibes changed, and the Yankees took that little domino falling and they turned it into a Game 4 victory. That's how great of a fan the Capo Biancos are, and they will always have a place to stay in West Palm Beach.
You got to come up for some air. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. That's the number to tap into Theoretically Speaking, or jump on our YouTube chat, our YouTube stream presented by Prize Picks at Theo Speaking. Subscribe while you're at it. Devontae from Atlanta, he says they have money if they can afford those Yankee season tickets, and they're definitely giving a little bit of privilege, the look in their eyes when they snatch that ball. I don't know. I can't tell you what their background is. What I can tell you is they afforded some pretty expensive tickets, and they acted overly entitled. They also should be punished and banned from baseball parks heretofore for Major League Baseball. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. We're about to get to William in Boynton Beach. But before we get to William, I do have to tell you really quickly about those Kaiser University Seahawks, the 2023 NAIA football champions. Kaiser, they can also make you feel like a champion when you hit the golf course and get to the links, the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. You can enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area. They've got practice bunkers and a 2,000-square-foot indoor area with hitting bays and cutting-edge technology to help you train like a tour pro. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County. It's right off I-95 and the Turnpike. You can find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com. William is in Palm Beach. William, you're on Theoretically Speaking. And please, dear God, William, tell me you're not siding with CCAT saying these fans should be celebrated instead of punished.
I don't have a horse in this race. I've been watching baseball for about 60 years. I've never seen anything quite like that. The eye test told me it looked like a couple drunk idiots that just lost their minds for a moment. And I tend to think that they should never be able to get season tickets again.
Oh, thank you, Roy. Thank you. And William,
I mean, just again, and then the guy trying to hold his arm.
Yes.
It was the look was, again, I watched so much sports. I'd never seen anything quite like that, and I would assume you all have never seen anything quite like that, trying to rip the ball out of a guy's glove. Again, they lost their minds, and they need to pay a dear price, more than a couple World Series bases.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're an idiot, you live with the results.
You have to live with the results. I appreciate that, William. There always is going to be a reaction from your actions, and I do think it's okay for Yankees fans to celebrate these dudes, but these clowns cannot be let back into baseball parks near professional athletes again because they're dangerous.
Oh,
they're
my
dangerous,
gosh.
CCAT.
Oh,
William,
boo-hoo.
I appreciate your call.
Put them on a watch list. Are you
appreciate
kidding me?
you. No, don't put them on a watch list.
There's real
Just
dangers
ban
out
them
there.
from
Using the
baseball
word
parks.
dangerous and never allowed around athletes again.
No.
Like, you're just
You can't be in
dramatizing this
You can't be in
simple,
grab. You can't be in
little-
reach of them.
Oh,
You can't do it. You can't control yourself. If you can't keep your hands off, then you need to be barred from. It works like that in so many different arenas. Again, just like we said before, and I've done live TV at college football games in the SEC. You know how many times people try to run up, grab the microphone from me, push me out of the way to be on TV, heckle, yell, try to pour. People are active, especially fans, because sometimes, especially when you get intoxicated, you feel a little entitled. It's not okay. It's absolutely not okay, and that's the reason why they have rules against that, and they need to act a little stronger on the back end so we don't have copycat fans trying to be vigilantes and help the Yankees because they can't help them. How about the Yankees just play better baseball, CCAT?
They did
instead of your fans feeling like they got to break the rules.
When they were inspired, they played better baseball, and they're going to win the World Series.
Yeah, we'll see. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. That's the number for Theoretically Speaking. Phil is in Boynton. Phil, you're here on Theoretically Speaking with us. Are you going to be the one to back the madness that CCAT is spewing here?
Nah, I believe that if you're going to let them back in, they need to change their seats to the nosebleed.
That's fine.
Nosebleeds.
That's fine.
Nosebleeds.
Yeah.
So they can be allowed back in ballparks, but you have to keep them away from the athletes because they can't control themselves.
Look, they already paid the price for the tickets and this and that, whatever. But okay, but you're not going to sit in the same seats. That way you can't affect something.
I like it. I appreciate that, Phil. Appreciate the call. And CCAT, would you be cool with that then? They are welcome back in the Yankee Stadium, but we have to because you can't control yourself, like a dog that's like biting himself too much or whatever, you got to put the muzzle on him. You got to keep him away from the play of action.
Showing a little bit of respect to the Dodgers organization, saying we're sorry that happened. We will prevent these guys. They will not be in a section that is accessible to the field. So that's a section back where you have to show a ticket to get into your section. It's not a free-for-all in Yankee Stadium. Yeah, move them back for tonight's game. They're welcome back in the game tonight, not just next regular season or whatever. No, they're back in the building tonight. I will concede that it is still okay to move them back and move them from their seats.
So, Tina, at that point, do we have to put them in a section where also no women and children? Because we need these – they're obviously – these are bad apples.
Women and children. I think that women are equal to men, so they should not be treated special at Major League Baseball games. If you ask me,
you got to protect them from violent people.
Oh yeah, women and children. That's
Yeah.
a little insulting to women, is it not?
No, it's,
You're gonna treat them like the
it's
4-year-olds?
prioritizing them because these guys are yanking at athletes. I mean, they might do the same to a woman next time. I'd rather them do it to a man who can maybe defend himself a little stronger.
You hear this?
Yeah.
Can you not defend yourself, Tina? That's what I'm hearing.
I'd rather him do it to a man. So you're saying it's okay for them to yank on women or hit on women the way that they would a dude?
I think it's illegal to hit on women. I think that's illegal. I think that's legal to do.
It's illegal to also do the same thing to Mookie Betts. It is.
I was using the word hit. I should definitely clarify.
You meant like
yes.
It's a double meaning in time.
Yes.
Hit on women.
Yes, we
hit
got-
on women. Yes.
All right, do we agree on this, CK? What he did to Mookie Betts, if he did that to Mookie Betts outside of a baseball arena, is that illegal?
I think by the letter of the law, it would be frowned upon. How about that? That's what I'll say. Get him out of here. And you get kicked out by a bouncer, and then, don't let him back in. That would be the end of that.
Oh, my
If this happened at a charity event and said, Mookie, give me your batting glove, try to rip it off his batting glove, hey, get him out of here. That would be the end of that. He wouldn't be pressing charges. No.
He
This
doesn't
guy's
have
not a
to.
threat
I'm
to
just-
society.
I'm
This
just
guy is an
saying.
overzealous Yankee fan who should be celebrated amongst other baseball fans, by the way. Not just Yankee fans. Other baseball fans should wish that they had the vigor and the fight and the heart of the Capobiancos. That's who you should celebrate.
You are literally inciting people to be copycats. So you want to see more of this happen. If it happens again tonight from a different set of fans, how would you feel about that?
If the opportunity presented itself,
the
ball was hit, borderline, foul ball,
Same exact
or
scenario.
out of play.
Same exact scenario.
I would permit it as a human being.
Oh my God, you're
I wouldn't
absolutely insane.
I wouldn't be calling for these fans to be arrested and sit behind bars. I wouldn't be calling for that.
Do you think, though, if it happens again, Major League Baseball would have to levy a more harsh penalty on those fans? Because the way that you're talking right now, and I'm sure other Yankees fans feel the same way, not only do you think it's okay, it seems like you're encouraging that kind of behavior, so you would want them to do it again, and it could be a little bit more aggressive next time.
It's tough because a copycat's never as good as the original, and it would clearly be a copycat situation.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? No, I
You don't
wouldn't
want it to
want
happen. Okay,
I wouldn't want it to happen again. I wouldn't want it to get in the way of the Yankees winning the World Series.
888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. That's the number to type in on Theoretically Speaking as we're on the road at the Boca Raton. Bill is in Port St. Lucie.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff is in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Reading
Jeff.
stuff.
Bill and Jeff are in Port St. Lucie. How about we go to Bill first? C-Cat says he admits he doesn't want this to happen again, but do you think that Major League Baseball's penalty was harsh enough to prevent copycats here, Bill?
First off, I want to say good afternoon to Theo C-Cat and Espresso.
Hey, my guy. Good afternoon to you.
Secondly, I want to say no. No, it's not harsh enough. And the one question I have for all of you is, why does Major League Baseball allow the field of play so close to fans? Every other Major League sport has a buffer zone. You can't interrupt a touchdown throw. You can't interrupt a slam dunk. You can't interrupt a triple deke on a goalie. Why do we allow the fans so close to the field of play to get one of these possibilities where a 30, 40, 50, hell, even a $70 million a year athlete get close enough to a possible inebriated spectator where something could happen?
That's a great question. That's a great question, Bill.
I like Bill.
C-Cat,
You
can
have
you
to
answer
answer
that
first.
then?
There's
How
courtside
many
seats in
kids
basketball.
How many kids grow up trying to make it to the World Series?
Listen,
You're going to tell me the interference of one person might kill the dream?
Oh, come on!
Yes,
Bill.
No, we're not doing that.
Bill,
okay, I
Bill.
listened to the first half. Killing dreams here. No, they're helping the dreams of the other team. How about that?
Oh, so we should allow thugs on the field.
Yeah.
Oh, the T word.
Dictate Okay.
I like it, Bill. Bill, I appreciate your call. Bill, you're spot on.
I like Bill.
Major League Baseball.
We're treating this as if it's wrestling, as if someone hurt the barricade and closed
He
on
was
the Undertaker.
wrestling his arm.
No.
One of them were
Mookie
wrestling.
went
Mookie
into
was
the
playing
crowd.
baseball. He didn't go in the crowd.
He hit the
caught
ball.
He went to catch the ball.
He caught a ball
Into the crowd.
It's a
He
baseball
went into
play.
traffic. He didn't look away before crossing the street. He went into the crowd.
Mookie made a baseball play. The fans.
Yeah, he risked getting into the
assaulted
fans. He went
him.
into the crowd, and sometimes you make risks cost.
Fans
You're
assaulted
insane.
him. They assaulted him.
If you're going to say assaulted, then you're saying he should be arrested.
He could be. I don't.
Should.
It's up to the law.
I think that the law should. No, he didn't assault him. No,
He
got
did
a little
assault him.
He got a little overzealous. Things
Tugging
happen.
on his arm, holding him up when he's in a vulnerable position because he sacrificed his body to try and win a World Series game.
You never
and
rough
the other
housed
guy,
in your life.
and the other guy prying his glove open and taking the ball out. That's not a baseball play. Even if they were members of the New York Yankees, you're not allowed to even do that in the sport of baseball. So whatever the hell sport those fans were playing, it was foreign to that field of play, and I don't think that those guys should be allowed back in the baseball park again. We do want to tell you where you're all allowed. All spectators, except for those two guys, may be allowed to come pull up and kick it with us and have some fun. Maybe. He's like,
I was going to say,
please don't. Just wait. The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches, C-Cat. All right? It's a big party. It's also a great environment and sporting event as the PGA Tour comes to town. The date's February 27th through March 2nd at PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens. And, of course, this year there's new VIP experiences that await all of the fans that pull up. We're talking about the Yellow Flamingo Club. How about the 1909 Terrace? Or maybe you want to kick it in the Shoreline Suites. You know, I grew up on a street called Shoreline. Maybe that's where I want to pull up too. If you want to host clients, colleagues, or your family and friends, there's limited spots that remain right now. So go online, cognizantclassic.com. Cognizantclassic.com. That's how you can figure out how to get on the list to get tickets or to experience some of these new hospitality venues that they have at the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. We'll take one more caller before we go. Is that what you're telling me I can do, C-Cat, or are you telling me that I need to go to break still?
I think that we want to hold on for Jeff in Port St. Lucie, and we want to hear from Scott and Boca.
Okay.
So if they can hang on through the break, we'll be right back.
If you can hang on, the happy hour on Theoretically Speaking with Tina, C-Cat, and Theo continues in just a few moments. Again, should Major League Baseball have been more aggressive in their punishment, just like those fans were aggressive trying to get the ball out of Mookie Betts' hands? We discuss on the other side. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at kaisergolfcenter.com.
Time now for a PNC pause. PNC Bank is committed to helping the customers and the communities they serve move forward financially. See how they can make a difference for you at PNC.com.
Palm Beach County's premier college football event is back. Don't miss the 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, Wednesday, December 18th from FAU Stadium and broadcast live on ESPN. Last year's game saw in-state Rising Power USF beat Syracuse out of the ACC. What will this year's game have in store? Big names, big teams, big action. The 2024 Boca Raton Bowl, December 18th at FAU Stadium on ESPN. Don't miss out. Find out more at BocaRatonBowl.com.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there.
That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese, bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese, bacon. You get the idea. And now, get yours with $1 any size soft drink. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Exclusions apply.
ESPN 1063 is presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
They can help you if you're in an accident, but your fantasy football team, not so much.
Theo here. EDS is yes. You've heard me say that over and over. So I need you to keep this website in mind too. EDSIsYes.com. For the most trusted AC specialist here in Palm Beach County, EDSIsYes.com. For 24/7 support, EDS is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. There are so many reasons why EDS is yes when it comes to your air conditioning and plumbing. EDSIsYes.com. That's EDSIsYes.com.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I can't believe C-Cat has gotten to the point where he suggested, we talked yesterday about who's next in line in South Florida sports to get a statue now that Dwayne Wade has a statue of, well, there's a guy wearing a Dwayne Wade jersey that's a statue outside of Kaseya Center. I'm going to the Knicks Heat game tonight. I'm not sure it is Dwayne Wade. They say it's supposed to be. We're talking about who's going to be next to get a statue outside of a Kaseya Center, and C-Cat's already to get a statue to these two knuckleheads
just like
outside of Yankee Stadium.
Outside of Lambeau Field, they have the Lambeau Leap statue that you can go up and pretend that you're a football player who scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
You can pretend you're Mookie Betts, who's getting interfered with the Capo Biancos. One of the hands holds your wrist. The other one, you slip your hand into a glove that's already there that's being pulled out of. Listen, Yankees, I've loved you guys for a long time. I spent a lot of money supporting you throughout the years. That was a free idea. You're welcome.
Yeah, you could just sign up to, pose to get assaulted. It's free assault. You can just take a picture of you getting assaulted by two thugs at Yankee Stadium, who now are being glorified and also apparently immortalized. Do y'all have any other stadium statues at Yankee Stadium? Is it
or Monument Park?
Monument Park's right there, so you'd have to put it over there.
Yeah.
Okay,
that'd be easy.
That's cool.
Right next to there's never mind.
Please don't. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776.
All right, next to Nelson Mandela. That's what I'll concede. They have a Nelson Mandela statue there. They have the boss George Steinbrenner, and right in the middle you have the Capobianco brothers who are interfering with Mookie Betts.
Hailing a nation from apartheid, assaulting Mookie Betts to help the Yankees win Game 4. That's
only if they win the World Series. How about
only if you win the World? Okay, good. So now I have to root for the Dodgers. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. That's the number for Theoretically Speaking. Here's Tina at C-Cat. We are here on the happy hour on the road, and we're gonna go. Let's go back to the phone lines. Who do you think Major League Baseball actually penalized these fans enough? Jeff is in Port St. Lucie. Jeff's in Port St. Lucie. You're here on Theoretically Speaking. How's your Wednesday afternoon going, Jeff?
Going real well since I'm speaking to my favorite trio of sports hosts that I listen to every day on the way home from work. But that being said, C-Cat, I love you, bro. But I think you lost your mind. First of all, those guys look crazed and deranged when they were doing it.
The look on their
It looked
face.
like they were seriously wanting to injure him. Now, let me ask you guys a question. What do you think could have happened if a player did that? There would be serious ramifications. By these two guys, the Capo Bianco thugs, doing what they did, you're setting that up for a riot because of what could have gone down. Because, I mean, look, when you go play baseball, you never expect somebody's going to try and rip your arm off. I mean, I could see a fan going for a foul ball, even though I see knuckleheads where I work. I work at the stadium, and I see guys going after foul balls like it's gold. I don't get it. But another thing, Mookie Betts could have been seriously injured. Could have torn ligaments in his hand or his thumb. I mean, you look at that thing again, they look crazed, man. And think about if a player did it. And think about it, it could have been a riot. The only thing Mookie could have done better is to be tagged up to Kike Hernandez, and they double-teamed the guy.
Oh, my God. Left and right.
Jeff,
but again, enough with the derange. Is this Fox News? Is this CNN?
Yeah.
Is this it's election season using those words, those adjectives?
No,
don't bring in the election.
No, I was going with both channels
he
there.
picked them both.
It's election season, politics where we use these adjectives to do that. They were fans. They got overzealous. They got caught up in the moment. And listen, if ifs and buts were cherry and nuts, every day would be Christmas. And they didn't get injured. Mookie Betts is fine. He had his words with the fans in the crowd. And thank you so much for the call, Jeff, in Port St. Lucie. We appreciate you listening. Hey, I love you too. And sometimes lovers quarrel, and we quarreled, and that's okay.
It's okay that you and Jeff disagreed for sure. It would not be okay.
I think Scott's on my side.
If Mookie Betts did to those fans what they did to him, he would have been suspended for Game 5.
Yeah,
he would have been suspended for the rest of the World Series.
We've seen Pablo Sandoval take popcorn from fans in the past.
Take popcorns from fans? It would have been – do you think
we've seen players slap phones at a fan's faces?
If Mookie was tugging on a fan's arm while – if Mookie was tugging on one fan's arm while Shohei was ripping a baby away from his arms, you think that they would be playing the rest of this World Series, C-Cat?
I think they go to appeal. We hear from the league office, and we'll see.
We should reenact this. C-Cat has to be Mookie, and then we will be the fans and see really how C-Cat feels after this, so he can maybe be in Mookie's position, and maybe you'll think a little different.
Yeah, C-Cat said that Scott would be on his side, and Scott immediately hung up. Scott immediately said, I will not be rolling with this dude. He's deranged. You're on an island right now, C-Cat. We've been talking about this for 2 straight hours. Nobody has agreed with you that this is okay. It's not good behavior.
That's okay, because sometimes the correct opinion is not the popular opinion. I'm at peace with that. I love our callers. Sometimes they're right on things,
what about
and today
Evan?
They were on wrong on things.
What about Evan Cohen and Tina and myself, too? And
Evan was a caller, too. He was on the Back to South hotline.
Yeah.
Evan, one of our callers. Evan from New York.
Yeah, Evan from New York tapped in here, and I just can't. I can't get with it, and the main thing is because you don't want to set the precedent that this is okay. You don't want the copycats to start pouring in. And, yes, I get it. Everybody's fine. But it is dangerous for fans to be tugging on and gripping at and holding up athletes when they're in the field of play. You just can't have that.
If you do that, you should be kicked out of the game immediately. And they were. But they should not be removed from the game tonight that they paid for tickets.
Do you think they would do it again?
No. They wouldn't do it again.
I think they would do it again because I don't think the punishment was enough.
And
that's why copycats are going to do it, because there will be copycats because there wasn't a punishment. That's like
if I took $6,000 from you, you would say that's a pretty steep punishment and I don't want to do this again, right?
But they're not losing that money. They got more than any other Yankee fan in that stadium earned out of buying those World Series tickets.
Not what they paid for. They paid to watch the World Series.
No, and they still watched it, but they watched it outside. And you know what? If you ask them today, do you regret doing that based on all of the lore that you're getting and the fact that people like you are glorifying them?
Because they're good fans. You want to call them bad fans? No, they're good fans.
Okay, good fans, bad people.
No. They know what their morals are, and their moral compass told them it's more important right now for me to help the Yankees win than it is to worry about Mookie Betts' glove.
It wasn't just his glove.
Oh, no. Listen, Theo, if I grab your wrist right now, are you going to cry and say assault?
If I'm jumping in the air to grab a ball and you're holding me up by my hand and tugging at my arm while also prying something out of my other hand, yeah, that would be assault. That's assault.
Call the cops then.
It just is.
You're gonna call
I wouldn't have to because I wouldn't be a professional baseball player on the field. I would just be able to handle it myself right there and not get in trouble. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3. On the other side, Prize Picks plays of the day and the last call from Tina.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is presented by Rubenstein Law. 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Car accident, truck accident, Uber or Lyft accident, or a slip and fall. Call Rubenstein Law. Call 1-800-FL-LEGAL and visit one of our offices throughout Florida.
Bet live with Hard Rock Bet. Real-time wagering till the very last play. Missing the kickoff doesn't mean all bets are off.
Delay a game on the guy who hasn't bet yet.
Sometimes you just know your team is going to come back. The sportsbook for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi, it's Luis Fonsi. What makes a performer truly legendary? How about being the #1 bestseller for 47 straight years? That's what Ford F-Series trucks have done every year since 1976. For generations, hard-working South Floridians have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, and families. A legacy of capability and technology. Ford trucks, perfect for South Florida. See your local Ford dealer today.
Experience football in paradise this fall at FAU Stadium. The Owls host the USF Bulls on Friday, November 1st under the primetime lights in beautiful Boca Raton. Tickets start as low as $20 to catch an AAC rivalry game on a Friday night. It's Florida Atlantic versus USF in a homecoming showdown you cannot miss. Friday, November 1st in Boca Raton. For tickets and more information, visit FAUsports.com. Florida Atlantic Athletics, winning in paradise.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the South Florida community. That's why they offer military banking products, champion veteran-owned businesses, and provide support to local organizations that empower veterans and their families with the resources they need to succeed. PNC Bank. See how they can help you at pnc.com/military. The PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated, all rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Here on Theoretically Speaking, kicking it at the Boca Raton, and it's about that time for the last call with Espresso Martina as we wrap up the happy hour here and we transition into what is going to be Russo and Rizzo that follows us here on site. Tina, not necessarily the last call music, but it works because you love you some Sabrina Carpenter.
I do. I was jamming her all day today, actually.
Yeah.
I love
So
her.
what's our last call today as you leave us with something, just something beautiful to write out on? And it's, of course, we have to do fill in the blank again.
This is a recent quote.
Presented by Prize Picks, by the way. We'll get to that.
It'll only take 25 seconds, right?
This is a recent quote, okay? And I'll give you a hint. It's from a professional football player.
Nice. Okay.
And I'm going to have you fill in 5 words. You can't say the sky's the limit when?
People are on the moon.
Yes,
Dang,
good
that's pretty
job,
good. Yes, that's Jameis Winston. Yeah,
yes.
Jabbo. Jabbo money. Mr. Wins himself saving the Browns season right now. Thanks for that last call. It's presented by Prize Picks. Hey, by the way, last week I hit more on multiple Jameis Winston and Cedric Tillman player projections. Yeah. Winners.
Oh, yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner. I do the same this weekend as well as the Browns turn their season around with a star quarterback. If you feel like you have an edge or an angle on a certain player and where they're projected to stand when it comes to things like passing yards, touchdowns, interceptions, and whatnot, download Prize Picks right now. Download Prize Picks. Use promo code THEOD. You use promo code THEOD, you get $50 for free to play once you play a $5 lineup. It's not just football. It's basketball. It's hockey. It literally, there's video games on there that you can actually place some more or less player projections on. You do 2 to 6 different stats and watch the winnings roll in. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. We got Heat Knicks tonight. I'll be putting some Prize Picks plays in there. 19.5 points player projection right now for Jimmy Butler. I'm hitting more. I'm hitting more. He's had back-to-back games with 20+. Plus, he's going up against his former coach, Tom Thibodeau. Come on. He's going to show out at home tonight, and I'll be there to watch it. Prize Picks, run your game, and again, promo code THEOD. I love that last call, Tina. Good vibes.
Thanks.
Good vibes. The sky is not the limit, because there's people on the moon, and there's also a couple of jokers in Yankee Stadium that need to be put out of baseball events going forward.
Austin and Darren Capobianco, I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I just want to meet you. Join the show tomorrow, please. I will do anything. I might pay some money on the side. I don't care about journalistic integrity. It's good radio.
Yeah, Yankees fans don't care about integrity in general these days. A World Series Game 5 tonight. We'll see what happens. Go in love. Go in peace. Go enjoy.
All right. Damien going to switch things around.
10 on ESPN 106.3.
Fall in love with your favorite sweet treats at DQ Grill & Chill. Featuring the blizzards of the month, pumpkin pie with world-famous soft serve, real pumpkin pieces, whipped topping, and nutmeg. Or the French